It's an observation, a prediction, an evaluation based on the patterns of other franchises and fandoms. Will Star Wars become oversaturated? Sure, Star Wars has always had an element of oversaturation. TV shows, toys, cereal boxes, dollar store cardboard cutout masks, books. The marketing of Star Wars has always been an easily parodied cash grab. Spaceballs showed this brilliantly. But what I'm talking about are the movies. All of that other stuff can be easily ignored if you're simply looking for a cinematic experience. Do you guys even get excited for superhero movies anymore? I don't. That bubble has popped for me a long time ago. While there are a few really fun Marvel movies, most of them, for me at least, are pretty forgettable. Maybe that's just because I'm not as into the universe as some people are. That makes sense. But simply looking at the franchise and the volume of movies that have been released in the past few years, I just shrug my shoulders and can't get excited for yet another superhero Marvel movie. The formula is repeated, it's just a simple setup for the giant over-the-top battle usually raining down from the sky. And while these can be fun and offer a bit of escapism for a few hours, there's really not much there making me want to go back. I'm not sure if you guys are feeling this exhaustion, but frankly, I'm pretty over the Marvel formula. And while I'm super optimistic about The Force Awakens, I'm slightly worried about what follows. I'm sure the films will be super fun, but are we all gonna start feeling Star Wars fatigue? The anticipation has always been a big part of Star Wars. Waiting, holding out, looking forward to the release of another Star Wars movie. Maybe I'm the minority in this, which is fine. I just woke up and felt the need to write down my thoughts. Some people just want more Star Wars and don't ever envision themselves feeling the burnout. I get that. We all love Star Wars, and honestly, I believe that right now is the best time in the history of the franchise to be a Star Wars fan. But I'm sitting back looking at the formula of Marvel, and on the horizon, off in the distance, I can foresee Star Wars being designed with that same blueprint. Of course, this is not an automatic negative. Disney knows what responsibility they hold, and while you can argue that Hollywood is driven by suits, by shareholders, by executives, I really believe that Disney understands the importance of what they've acquired. So if all the future Star Wars films are fresh and fun, don't fall into the same patterns, are individually unique, offer different viewing experiences with clever and innovative ideas, direction, and storylines, then having a large quantity of upcoming movies will be really great, because the quantity will equal the quality. But if they seem formulaic like the Marvel movies have become, static in their presentations, predictable in their approach, then I think the fatigue will hit us pretty quickly. Unless, of course, you possess the uber fanboy gene that doesn't allow you to look at anything with a critical eye and instead suck down the milkshake without getting a stomachache, then I guess you'll be pleased with whatever. But I would feel that stomachache. I'm looking for the future of the franchise to be incredibly innovative. And for it to be accepted in the long run and continue to stay fresh, it needs that innovation. The original trilogy had that innovation. Each film had a different feel. A New Hope was smaller in scale than the other two. It set the stage, showed us our heroes. The Empire Strikes Back was the perfect middle. Everything felt hopeless. Return of the Jedi was a celebration of coming together to defeat the Imperial Plague. They were individually unique. I think Disney and everyone involved in the production of the future episodes and anthology films understand that. I'm very optimistic. But I also have these thoughts jogging around in my head because I love Star Wars. My greatest fear is feeling that fatigue. And while I'll always be here on YouTube telling you guys my honest thoughts, making goofy videos, and professing my love for Star Wars, I really want to have nothing but positive things to say moving forward. I don't want my optimistic attitude to fail me. See, The Force Awakens is different. I'm 100% on board and optimistic about that film. I firmly believe that it will be incredible and is exactly what the franchise needs. I'm simply worried about the future of Star Wars falling into a formula, an expected deadline, a pattern of movies made out of cupidity rather than necessity. With all of that being said, it is indeed an incredible time to be a Star Wars fan. May the Force be with you all. Hello Greedo, out.
With you, it cannot be done.